Well, just after midnight, the night before Donald Trump left Washington, headed for Israel and Egypt, he had one of his most serious hallucinations yet. It was another Trump self-administered dementia test that he published on social media. At 12:38 a.m., Donald Trump said the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. Okay, couple of things. First, Joe Biden never interfered with the FBI. Joe Biden never told a couple hundred FBI agents what to do, the way Donald Trump does. And second, Joe Biden was not president when a Trump mob attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Donald Trump was president that day, and Donald Trump was clearly hoping that the Trump mob would succeed in their mission to overturn a presidential election.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and it's finally happening, and it's no surprise at all. Donald Trump has proven once again that the rumors about him are true. He's an unhinged lunatic that has lost all bearing on reality and who's plunged headfirst into a cesspool of paranoia and rage and is trying to drag us all down into his delusion.
Donald Trump apparently now has no memory of telling that violent crowd to go to the Capitol and fight like hell.
Yes, Donald Trump has been shitposting in the middle of the night, and everyone is wondering what is going on. Is he okay? Or why hasn't someone put him on a phone restriction? And the crap that he's rage posting about, it isn't even normal. I mean, we're talking about someone who is obviously suffering from some kind of mental issue.
This is yet another Trump revelation that for any other president, especially Joe Biden, would be taken as proof that he is mentally incapable of doing the job of president. Just imagine what would have happened if Joe Biden had ever said that he was president during the January 6th attack on the Capitol. If Joe Biden had said something like that when he was president, you know how loud the screams in the news media would be for him to immediately resign the presidency, and you know exactly who those screams would come from.
Let's be real. From his out-of-the-blue confetti tweet to his "my nuclear button is bigger" meltdown, Donald has brought some seriously negative attention to himself. World leaders have been shocked. MAGA mouthpieces have tried to say he knows what he's saying. It's a big joke. He's having fun. But there's something off about it all.
I do think he needs mental health help, and I don't think anybody around him that works for him is going to do that because they're benefiting from his failure of mental health, his dementia. I wish somebody would help out the President of the United States. Meanwhile, he says a lot of crazy things. He doesn't have authority to arrest elected officials or really anybody where you don't have any example of a crime being committed.
Something is wrong, and it seems that MAGA and the GOP are trying to cover it up like a cat scratching in a cat box. They can try to bury his latest shenanigan, but it stinks to the high heavens, and the rumors of him taking the train to Crazy Town are not going away. Now, in MAGA world, only Donald Trump's supposed victories are supposed to be oohed and awed about. His shortcomings are supposed to be swept under the rug and ignored, never to be talked about again. And that's been the case for most of it. Donald, for the most part, has been immune to the "could you imagine if Joe Biden did this" scrutiny. Trump seems to get a free pass from his MAGA base, the very same people who would spew their nonsensical crap about Joe Biden not being able to drink a bottle of water without shaking like a crackhead, walk down a ramp without holding onto a general, or close an umbrella before getting on Air Force One. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That stuff Trump has done, not Biden. But either way, his loyal, little brain-dead minions slop it down like it's horse dewormer gospel. Look, Donald and his whole administration are in it for themselves. He has made billions since taking office. He let Elon Musk dismantle the administrative state and steal our sensitive information. He has threatened world leaders, disrupted the world's economy, attacked another country without the approval of Congress, snatched U.S. citizens off the streets, and sent the military into American cities to deal with the enemy within, us. And while lawmakers like Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois are calling for Trump to be removed from office using the 25th Amendment, the call to urgency is getting louder every day in mainstream media. Donald Trump's mental status cannot be overlooked anymore because it's become dangerous. And Lawrence O'Donnell has been driving that point home. So, if this whole thing went over your head and you're wondering what happened that's got J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, and O'Donnell so fired up, you're not alone. Most folks haven't heard a damn thing about it because mainstream media barely touched it. Fox and all of Trump's little fanboys, they're pretending it never happened. They're too busy polishing his golf cart to mention that their guy had another midnight meltdown. Monday morning, October 12th, 12:38 a.m., Donald Trump decided to unleash what can only be described as a one-man dementia test gone wrong. We don't know exactly what triggered it. Maybe he took one of his nighttime pills and woke up in a cold sweat. Maybe he wet the bed. Maybe he rolled over, smelled something foul, and thought, that can't be me. Must be Joe Biden. So he grabbed his phone, shuffled to the toilet, and rage-typed another FBI conspiracy straight into the internet. Whatever it wasn't normal. It wasn't presidential. It was pathetic, and it's got the world laughing at us while MAGA is posting memes about Trump saving the hostages and deserving the Nobel Peace Prize. He's the current president, folks. Just let that sink in. The man sitting in the Oval Office, the one with the nuclear codes, is up at 12:38 a.m. hallucinating about Joe Biden commanding an FBI that didn't even answer to him on January the 6th. And we're all supposed to act like that's normal? God, it's dumb. It's dangerous. Joe Biden never interfered with the FBI. He never told a couple hundred agents what to do. That way Donald Trump does every time he wants someone arrested for hurting his feelings. And Biden wasn't even president when Trump's mob attacked the Capitol. So what do you call it when the sitting president of the United States confuses the timeline of history that invents his own villains? That's not leadership. That's cognitive collapse. And that's why Governor J.B. Pritzker is right. We've crossed into 25th Amendment territory. When a president becomes mentally unfit to carry out his duties, when the delusions start running the show, the vice president and the cabinet have a constitutional obligation to step in. That's not politics, that's survival. And Lawrence O'Donnell has been saying it for weeks. What we're seeing is a collapse. It's a man drifting into dementia in real time, clinging to his phone like it's a life raft, raging at ghosts only he can see. We can't keep pretending this is normal. We can't let him keep lighting the country on fire while everyone's too afraid to take away the matches. The 25th Amendment exists for exactly this kind of crisis. But it's that not enough. Then Article 2, Section 4 damn sure is. That's the clause that gives Congress the power to remove a president for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. And if turning the military on his own people, destabilizing the economy, and cozying up to foreign dictators doesn't qualify, then what does? This administration has done damage that's going to take years to repair. They've corrupted every branch they could touch, weaponized government against its own citizens, and made a mockery of the office. That's not strength. That's betrayal. Yeah. You know what we can do right now? Call your representatives. Demand an immediate independent inquiry. Call your senators. Show up at town halls. Go ahead and do all that. Because if this lunatic keeps running the show, everything is going to go off the rails. Pritzker was right to sound the alarm. O'Donnell's right to call it what it is. The Constitution gives us the tools. The 25th Amendment or Article 2, use them. Clean house, every last one. Because if we don't, there won't be much left to save. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.